This is 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Indicator, and you're in the Mindset Garage. I'd like to share with you today some concepts I borrowed from Stephen Covey and Covey Harris's work on 7 habits for highly effective people. They produced this chart. This chart basically has 4 concepts on it. You have things that are important and goes all the way down a continuum to things that are not important. Then you have things that are urgent, and they go all the way across this continuum to things that are not urgent. So what that does is it gives us 4 basic categories: things that are urgent and important, things that are important but not urgent, things that are urgent but not important, and then things that are not urgent and not important. When I look at this from the way Stephen Covey did it in his book, I added to it just a little bit to help me understand it better. See, the things that are important and urgent have immediate consequences. The things that are important but not urgent have delayed consequences. The things that are urgent but not important have perceived consequences. And then there are things that are neither urgent nor important, and they have no consequences at all. I use this decision-making model when deciding how to use my time, how to use my money, or how to use my energy. And in truth, that's all we actually control. You don't control how much time you have, but you control how you use your time. You control how you use your energy, and then you control, to some extent, how you use your money. As a training value, when I get involved in jiu-jitsu, I want to look at the principles that are taught there, and I'm going to ask myself what's urgent and important. If I get in a self-defense scenario, or if I'm in a competition scenario, there's some things that I do or don't do will have immediate consequences. Immediately in my mind, and I'm a very low-ranked student, but immediately in my mind, the things that are important and urgent is distance management, weight management, distributing the other person's weight with my frames, creating distance, or causing myself to be able to go through their frames and put a lot of heavy weight on them. Things that are urgent and important have immediate consequences, and if you don't pay attention to them, they're going to cause immediate consequences against you. If you pay attention to them, they're going to make good, positive results for you immediately. If you get involved in things that have delayed consequences, this is where people get sloppy. Because see, the things that have delayed consequences, they are very important, but right now they don't seem that urgent. So you may not focus on diet. You may not focus on cardio training. You may not focus on learning the principles. You may be just trying to learn the techniques, the how to do something flashy without learning the undergirding principles. When you understand the principles, the techniques are going to come. In a match, if you don't pay attention to posture, it's very easy to get sloppy with our posture. It's very easy to let our spine compress. It's very easy not to be erect. And if we don't do that, if we don't pay attention to it, it's very important. But in the early stages or with low-level players, it's not that urgent. But if we slip up and don't pay attention to those things, those consequences are going to come and they're going to be delayed. There's other things that have perceived consequences. This is when somebody gets a hold of you and they're going to make you uncomfortable, but they're really not going to tap you. They're going to do something to you and you feel like that they're going to crush you, but it's really not going to end the match. If I can get you to react to something that has perceived consequences, then you're going to make a bad decision, going to put yourself in a place where you can only make bad decisions from there. What happens to most of us when we misalign our priorities is not that we don't understand what's urgent and important, and it's not that we don't understand the things that are not urgent and not important. What we do is we swap places. We let the things that are urgent and not important take the place of the things that are important but not urgent. I don't want to take anything away from anybody with an advanced degree, a guy with a brown belt or a black belt. If you've made the sacrifices and spent the time and paid the price to have those, I can't take anything away from you. If you don't have one of those belts, quit making it your focus. Quit making it the idea that it's urgent that I've got to have a colored belt. If you understand the principles and through the principles master the techniques and can apply those things, your competency is there regardless of what your belt color is. Regardless of what color your belt is, you still have the ability to do these things. You understand these concepts, and not only do you understand the concepts that lead to the techniques that are taught, if you understand the concepts, you can create techniques that are good or useful or unique to you. We don't get confused and lose our ability to be effective people because we disagree on what's important and urgent. we don't lose our focus and quit jujitsu because we don't understand what's not important and not urgent. What gets us in the most trouble is we take the things that are urgent but not important, and we let them take precedence over the things that are important but not urgent. Maybe if you use this little model in the way that you train, or the way that you think about your concepts, or the way that you even manage your time, your money, or your energy, it'll make you more efficient in your training. And if you get more efficient, you'll also be more effective. Remember, these things have immediate consequences. These things have delayed consequences. These things have perceived consequences. These things have no consequences. I'm not going to waste my time, my money, or my energy on things with no consequence or with things with perceived consequence. I'm only going to deal with the things that have immediate or delayed consequences. I'm Lonnie Jones. I'm a friend of 10th Planet Indicator, and this has been Mindset.